Martinsville saw the tempers flare and led us to our first 3P winner of the 2021 NASCAR Cup Series season. As the field heads into race number 9 of the season, they remain on the Virginia short tracks as racing is for lovers in the next 400 miles of the season, where the field heads to the 3/4 mile Richmond Raceway. This is your full race preview video of everything to expect from the 9th race on the NASCAR calendar, the Toyota's 400, live from Richmond. Let's have a look at your point standings following that wild afternoon at Martinsville, where Martin Truex Jr. rose to his second win of the season in that Joe Gibbs Racing 19 car. He now sits 76 points off of his teammate Denny Hamlin, who has finished in the top 5 in all but one race this season. Joey Logano in the Team Penske 22 is our third place driver in the point standing, 77 points off the leader. And then Kyle Larson at 4 for the Hendrick Motorsports 5 entry, 99 points away from the lead. Ryan Blaney at 5th in the standings, puts his Team Penske 12 there at 107 points behind the leaders. And 109 markers back, there's 2 off of the driver ahead of him. William Byron in the Hendrick Motorsports 24, another driver with a win on the season. His teammate, defending series champion Chase Elliott, has a little bit of work to do. 119 points behind, defending his championship. However, still early in the season, this 9 team has been catching some momentum. And at 8th in the standings, Kevin Harvick in the Stewart-Haas Racing 4, 126 points back without a race win or stage win so far this season. And while compared to last season, that's a rough start to this 4 team. If you compare it to their teammates, they're leaps and bounds ahead, as the rest of the Stewart-Haas Racing gang is down in 20th and below in these point standings. Let's go to the bubble, as Ricky Stenhouse Jr. right now is 4 spots in, 17 points ahead. This JTG Jardy Racing 47 car has finished no worse than 17th this season, a very consistent run so far for Olive Branch, Mississippi's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Chris Buescher in the number 17, the driver from Prosper, Texas, 7 points in for that Roush Fenway Racing car, and he's shown some contending speed so far at a couple of races this season. This Roush Fenway team right now solidly in, although both these drivers could easily fall out of this top 16 with just one rough race. Another driver with that story is Kurt Busch in the number 1. We've seen what a rough race can do to him, as he's been in and out of the playoffs these past couple weeks. Right now he is in by 5, but if he finishes a rough race compared to the drivers below him, he could end up right back out of this top 16. On the bubble, but with no concern, Michael McDowell, 4 points in, but with that Daytona 500 win, he is locked into the postseason playoffs, so no concern there for driver 34. 4 points out, Alex Bowman in at number 48. And while on paper he's the worst Hendrick Motorsports car this season, it's been because of mechanical issues and pit road problems. They've had the speed in this 48 car, and if they can get that all put together, we'll see him into the top 16 easily. Ryan Newman in the Roush Fenway number 6 is 18 points out, and the Rocket Man can easily overcome that. We see his teammate Chris Buescher having solid runs and into the playoffs right now. Ryan Newman can do that as well. Don't count him out. It's not over for this 6 bunch. Bubba Wallace is another driver that you shouldn't sleep on. 32 points back for this 2311 Toyota, but they've shown some top 10 speed these past couple weeks, especially on the short tracks. Mind you, Richmond, one of the short tracks that Toyota dominates at. We can see Bubba show up big this weekend. Wouldn't surprise me to see him get a top 10 and possibly make up that 32-point deficit into the playoffs. And Ryan Preece in that 37 car at 20th in the standings, 34 points behind. We see his teammate Ricky Stenhouse at the top of that screen, 17 points in. And the other JTG car is in the top 20 in points. Preece, without a charter, without funding to run the full season, might just get himself into a playoff position. What a story that would be. Surely would attract some sponsors there for that Berlin, Connecticut driver. Now let's have a look at your TV schedule ahead to the Toyota 400 at Richmond, which goes green on Sunday, April 18th at 3 p.m. live on Fox. And now here's a look at your 37 driver NASCAR Cup Series entry list as their take to the Richmond Raceway. For Starcom Racing, driving in the Mountain Lock 00 Chevy, this is driver Quinn Houff. Then for Chip Ganassi Racing, their duo of Chevys look like this. Driving in a 2BTV number 1, this is the Outlaw Kurt Busch. And for the McDonald's number 42, the Melon Man Ross Chastain. Team Penske brings their 4 Fords to the track like this. Driving in the Discount Tire number 2, winner here last fall, this is Bad Brad Keselowski. The Body Armor number 12 has YRB Ryan Blaney. Then the Shell Benzil number 22, Sliced Bread Joey Logano, a 2-time winner here in his career. Returning to the NASCAR Cup Series, making his 3rd career start, defending NASCAR Cup Series champion, driving in the Xfinity 5G number 33 Ford. This is Austin Cindric, the defending Xfinity Series champion for sponsor Verizon. Richard Childress Racing brings their duo of Chevys like this. Driving in the Chevrolet Accessories number 3, this is Austin Dillon, a top 10 runner here last fall. And driving in the Caterpillar number 8, a rookie here last season, Tyler Reddick. Stewart-Haas Racing brings their 4 Fords like this. Driving in a Hunt Brothers Pizza Scan to win. Number 4, it's the closer, Kevin Harvick. Then into Smithfield Foods, number 10, A Squared, Eric Almirola. Celebrating Global Mustang Week aboard his number 14 Ford, this is Rookie of the Year contender Chase Briscoe. Then into Haas Tooling, number 41, the driver who claimed his Rookie of the Honor years a season ago. This is the 41 car of Cole Custer. Hendrick Motorsports brings their 4 Chevys like this. Driving into HendrickCars.com, number 5, Young Money, Kyle Larson, running dirt races leading up to this Sunday's race. Then into Napa Auto Parts, number 9, the defending series champion and former Xfinity Series winner here, Chase Elliott. Driving into Liberty University, number 24, we have driver William Byron. And for the Ally, number 48, the showman, Alex Bowman. Driving into Roush Sunday Racing duo of Fords, their drivers go like this. The Oscar Mayer Bacon, number 6, sees the Rocket Man, Ryan Newman. And into Fifth Third Bank, number 17, this is driver Chris Buescher. Spire Motorsports has their duo Chevys like this. Debuting the Schluter Systems colors on his number 7, it's Super Shoes, Corey LaJoy. And in a Diamond H2O, number 77, Xfinity Series driver Justin Haley. For Joe Gibbs Racing, we have their quartet of Toyotas like this. In the FedEx office, number 11, Series points leader Denny Hamlin. Then driving into M&M's Red Nose Day, number 18, two-time NASCAR Cup Series champion Kyle Busch, also running this week's truck race. Driving into Auto Owners Insurance, number 19, two-time winner this season and defending Richmond Spring winner where he swept in 2019, MTJ Martin Truex Jr. Then for the Sirius XM, number 20, three-time Xfinity Series winner here, driver Christopher Bell. Rick Ware Racing brings their quartet of entries like this. Driving into Smart Hand Sanitizer, number 15, we have James Davison. Then for the Nurtec ODT, number 51, it's Cody Ware. Driving the Assurance King, number 52, is driver Josh Palicki. At the wheel of the number 53 Chevy, Garrett Smithley in his return to the track. Wood Brothers Racing brings the Menards Libman number 21 Ford of Guido Matt DiBenedetto. And then for 2311 Racing, driving the Root Insurance number 23 Toyota, a brand new paint scheme for driver Darrell Bubba Wallace Jr. Front Row Motorsports has their duo of Fords like this, with the Love's Travel Stop Speed Code number 34 Ford seeing Daytona 500 winner Michael McDowell, and the MDS Transport number 38 seeing rookie Fast Pasta Anthony Alfredo. JTG Jardy Racing brings their duo of Chevys like this. In the Maxwell Coffee House number 37, this is driver Ryan Priest. Then in the Kroger number 47, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Richard Petty Motorsports brings the Medallion Bank number 43 of that Jones boy Eric Jones. And then for Fast Motorsports, driving in the Keen Parts number 78 Ford, owner driver BJ McLeod. Rounding off the entry list for Trackhouse Racing, driving in their number 99 Camping World Chevy, Monterrey, Mexico's Daniel Suarez. Now let's have a look at your Speedway Collective fantasy picks, a pair of drivers from each category that I expect to show up big and bringing home some points to your Richmond fantasy team. In the A class, I like the Penske drivers. Brad Keselowski in at number 2. He won the race here last fall. These drivers always run well at Richmond. Same story with his teammate Joey Logano in the number 22. Although you can't count out the Gibbs boys as well. It's going to be one of those two teams coming home in the A class. I like the looks of Team Penske, though. Give me Brad Keselowski or Joey Logano. On to the B class, this is where I put Hendrick in my lineup. Hendrick Motorsports, another team with a lot of success here. They have some young talent looking to break through with a Richmond win. Alex Bowman in at number 48. When we looked at these standings, he's just a couple of points out. Richmond, one of his better tracks. He can easily make these points up, get himself into the playoffs. A lot to race for here for this B-class driver. And how about William Byron in at number 24? Well, we don't think of him as a Richmond racer. He ran well solidly in both races here last season. We're keeping an eye on what he can do again as a B-class racer. For the C-class, I like Christopher Bell in at Joe Gibbs Racing number 20. An easy pick here. Three-time Xfinity Series winner here, including 2018, where he swept the races. Keep an eye on what him and Adam Stevens can do. Stevens, a multi-time winner here with driver Kyle Busch. Austin Dillon in at number 3. He's the driver I'm keeping an eye for as well on the C-Class. He had a great run here last fall. The second best playoff driver. So keep an eye on what Austin Dillon can do in the Richard Childress Racing 3. Then for the D-Class, Ryan Priest in the number 37. We mentioned he has a lot to race for, not only racing for a playoff spot, but racing to attract the sponsor to possibly run the rest of the season. Berlin, Connecticut's Ryan Priest grew up on short tracks, and Richmond is one of these tracks that he can show his skills at. Ryan Newman in at number 6. The Rocket Man has a ton of veteran experience at short tracks, and while that doesn't come through right away, in the long runs at Richmond, the veterans can always prevail. That just might be what the Rocket Man could do for your D-Class driver, Ryan Newman in the 6th. Now let's have a look at your race stats ahead of the Toyota Owners 400 live from Richmond as the field lines up to go for 400 laps, 300 miles, around the free quarter-mile Richmond Raceway. Stage 1 will go for 80 laps. Stage 2 is going to be 155 laps in distance. And the final stage is 165 laps. The defending winner in 2019 is Martin Truex Jr. Don't forget to catch the 2021 Toyota Owners 400 coming live on Sunday, April 18th, 2021 at 3 p.m. Eastern Time live on Fox. Thank you guys so much for watching this NASCAR race preview video. For more motorsports content, check out my news video by clicking on the left. Hit that circle in the middle to subscribe and check out the video on the right. It's one you don't want to miss. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at KEMMO Cup Series with another NASCAR race preview. This has been KEMMO on YouTube saying thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next motorsports video.